Okay, for number 17, they want us to change this to hundreds. So we're at tenths, and we want to go to hundreds. Now, in order to get to hundreds, we're going to have to take and multiply 10 times 10 to equal 100. And whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do the same thing to the numerator. So we get 50 hundredths. So 5 tenths is the same as 50 hundredths. So it just has a trailing zero after it. Number 18, it says, write this in decimal notation. We have 365 hundredths. So for this problem, we have a little bit of a dilemma because hundredths has two places, but we have three numbers. So we can't put the 365 there. So we have to do it a little bit differently because it has to end. We always say the place it ends here. So it has to end with the 5 and the 6, which means the 3 would go in front. 3.65. Now, if we take a look at the actual problem, we have an improper fraction, and an improper fraction is more than 1. So this isn't going to be 0. It's going to be 3.65. So if we can, we're going to go ahead and 300 divided by 100 is 3, and then that would be the same as 100 hundredths plus 100 hundredths plus 100 hundredths plus 65 hundredths. So this is right here, 1, 2, 3, and 65 hundredths. Our next one. Now, there's more than one way to do a lot of these problems, so if you are working with your child and you have a different way to do it, that's fine as long as they can show their work and explain it. On this one thing we can do is, if we want to actually add them, we can get a common denominator, which for this case would be 1,000. So this is times 100, so times 100 is 100 over 1,000. This would be times 10, so we would do 3 times 10, and we get 30. And this, of course, is going to stay the same. So now, this is just a like term, so we're just kind of ignoring that, and we're adding this. We get 135 over 1,000. And we want to write it as a decimal. So thousands, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and 135 fits there perfectly, 0.135. The second way students can do it, they can say, oh, this is 1/10. Tenth is one place, so 1/10 would be 0.1. Hundredths would be two places, so 3 hundredths. Can't write 30 hundredths. We have to write 3 hundredths because we need two places. And then we're going to have thousandths. Once again, thousandths have 3 places. So the 5 would have to go at the end. Because in other words, if we put it at the beginning, we'd have 500 thousandths. So we need 5 thousandths. So now we can simply add these. 0.1, line up the decimal points, 0.005. We can always go through, add in trailing zeros so that they're all thousandths, and add 5, 3, 1, decimal point 0. So 135 thousandths. Same answer either way that we do that problem. Our next one's dealing with rounding. They want us to round this to the nearest tenth. Our tenth is our first place here. So this is our tenth. And we're going to look at our number next to it. Now this is a 5 or greater. So if you're more than halfway, you keep going, which means the 4 is going to get 1 added to it. And so therefore, we're going to end up with a 5. Everything in front of it stays the same. And now normally if we're doing regular whole numbers, we put the zeros there. But they wanted this as tenths. And this says 3 and 50 hundredths. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that trailing 0 and have 3 and 5 tenths. Now once again, 3 and 5 tenths and 3 and 50 hundredths are the same amount, but our answer has to be in the form of tenths.